when an earthquake triggered a tsunami in the Indian Ocean on the 28th of December 2004. More than 230,000 people lost their lives. In Thailand alone, it's estimated that more than 5,000 persons were killed by the catastrophic wave and floods. Among the victims were Linda and her 1-year-old daughter, Mira, two of many tourists at the beach at Khao Lak. Linda's mother, Ingrid, recounts hearing the news at home in Sweden.
I tried to call my daughter on the phone, but there were no answers. I said, oh, perhaps, and I know, no, nothing could have happened to her because she was young and strong and athletic, and I couldn't even imagine that something had happened to her.
The widespread destruction, flooding, and decay seemed to make it almost impossible to identify the many victims and give certainty to those with missing loved ones. So far, more than 900 victims, whose fate was unknown, have been identified through the work of the ICMP in Thailand. Among them, Linda, her father, and her daughter Mira, finally giving Ingrid the closure she was looking for. That has been the mission of the ICMP, International Commission on Missing Persons, in The Hague since its inception. As long ago as 2001, the ICMP had a state-of-the-art DNA laboratory system at its disposal, intended for the sole purpose of identifying missing persons. Biotech company QIAGEN has supported the work of the ICMP right from the start, offering expertise and equipment. QIAGEN is the world's leading provider of end-to-end solutions to transform biological samples into valuable molecular insights. In recent years, the ICMP has helped to resolve thousands of missing persons cases and to convict war criminals.
We have been able to account for over 18,000 missing persons in Bosnia and have also conducted this type of work in disaster victim identification events worldwide, supporting many different countries as well as Interpol and other international partners. The two main challenges that face any laboratory attempting to missing persons identification is, on the one hand, the highly degraded state of the DNA. The other is the requirement for matching to family members. With standard DNA testing, if you have a number of close first or second degree relatives, then the identification process is relatively simple.
In Ingrid's case, the link to the DNA of missing family members was clear, and victim samples could be compared to hers. It took only 7 months until the former school teacher would know for sure. Her daughter, grandchild, and former husband were killed by the tsunami.
And it was a very long time waiting there. But when they came home, yes, and I was thankful, really thankful. And I think it's important for everyone who missed someone that got them identified. It means a lot.
The lab was able to close many cases so far, but its systems were reaching their limitations.
In many instances, a limiting factor is how many family members and what degree of relatedness are available.
But open cases remain, and the time is ticking. Every day of waiting is a day of uncertainty for those who are missing loved ones. ICMP therefore sought to improve its technology. In October 2017 in The Hague, it opened a brand new DNA identification laboratory that uses the gene reader NGS workflow from QIAGEN.
So the ICMP has a vision to use next-generation sequencing to move towards a much more precise analysis of missing person samples that's much more suitable for highly degraded samples. And QIAGEN's gene reader workflow is designed for exactly that kind of analysis, and that's why we're proud to work with the ICMP to make this a reality.
The new system integrates QIAGEN's gene reader NGS system and covers all aspects of the laboratory process, from sample extraction to the final DNA analysis.
With this approach, we would be able to make an identification with even a single relative as far distant as first cousin. And this would be very much of a game changer in some complex disaster victim identification events or other post-conflict events where it is simply not possible to achieve so many reference samples in order to make the identifications.
The work of the ICMP cannot avoid natural disasters and cannot undo political crimes. However, it can give certainty and help to hold to account those who are responsible for political crimes. And the ICMP, in collaboration with QIAGEN, can help the relatives of missing people to leave the past behind and carry on with their lives.
For me it meant everything, I can say, because I could leave the thoughts and feelings in my head when I heard the fact, here they are, and yes, I was even thankful for that. So it's a very important job they are doing here, the ICMP.
QIAGEN, making improvements in life possible.